I am Karim Dad, resident of Mahmood Tahim village. This is a small village of 200 to 250 households. My father, Qurban Ali, is a Hari. He works for a feudal lord. He spent most of his life working in the fields. He often comes home tired, with shoulders stooping and a sleepy look, and that is perhaps why people call him Sleepy. He doesn't work for himself. There are 8 more in his family who depend on him. I recall my childhood. We never had enough food to eat, and most of the time we slept with an empty stomach. My parents did not know how to give care, love and affection to their children. I was cared for by my elder sister Khattu in most part of my life because my mother always remained busy either in cooking or working in the fields. She did not have time to think about her children or to give them care, love and affection. She used to beat us if we asked for something that she could not provide. Work burden, poverty and illness made her loose and short-tempered. I can never forget the night when severe stomach pain drove me out of my bed and my family was totally helpless. It was a terrible night. My father was in the fields to water the crops. My sisters rushed to call him. There was no transport available and no one in the village knew how to tackle the situation. Somehow they brought me to the nearest health center that was some 20 kilometers away from my home, and it took 5 hours to reach there. The doctor was not available and we had to wait till morning, weeping and crying. When I was 5 years old, my mother asked my father to get me admitted in a primary school. They took me to the nearest school and got me admitted there. We used to sit on the cold and broken floor in a roofless room. The teacher was a typical rural school teacher who punished students on trifle errors. The environment of the school was not safe. There was no playing area in the school and it was without a boundary wall. Many times we escaped from accidents. One day my brother fell in a ditch and got himself injured. After a few months, the teacher punished me and I got rid of the school in fear. My parents forced me to go back, but I was scared and a sense of hatred developed in my heart that forced me to say goodbye to education. Today I'm a Hari. I assist my father in the fields. I wish there were hands and RCC projects during my childhood. I would be an educated man and life would have been different. RCC project has not only improved school environment and teaching but also brought about a meaningful change in our lifestyle at personal and community level. Hans has an extensive and specialized working experience in early childhood development, school enhancement, capacity building of school management committees, literacy and school nutrition. Hans is a not-for-profit registered organization working since 1979 with a mission to improve primary and secondary health facilities, quality education, and to alleviate poverty through capacity building. Hans is intervening in public and private sectors and benefiting more than 2 million people of 5,000 villages in districts Hyderabad, Matiari, Sanghar, Badin, Tata, and Karachi rural of the Sindh province. Releasing Confidence and Creativity project is initiated under the program Early Childhood Development by the Aga Khan Foundation with the support of USAID in Sindh. This project is implemented with the collaboration of the Department of Education and Literacy, Government of Sindh, the Aga Khan Education Services Pakistan, Health and Nutrition Development Society, Sindh Education Foundation and Teachers Resource Center. Early childhood development defined as the period of a child's life from conception to age 8. This period is crucial in terms of overall development of a child. Early childhood development comprises all the essential supports a young child needs to survive and thrive in life, as well as the support a family and community need to promote children's healthy development. This includes integrating health, nutrition, and intellectual stimulation, providing the opportunities for exploration and active learning. It also provides the social and emotional care and nurturing the children need in order to realize their human potential and play an active role in their family and later in their community. Releasing Confidence and Creativity, RCC, is an action research project. Hans started working on this project in the year 2002. The goal of the project is to improve the quality of learning and teaching during the early years in selected government primary schools and their surrounding communities in Pakistan. The project has been implemented in 12 steps: recruiting and training of project team, orientation of Education Department and district government, screening and finalization at schools for ECE classes, orientation and strengthening of school management committees, selection and training of community teachers, policy workshop with SMCs and school staff, follow-up teachers training, decision makers training, renovation and provision of basic facilities, establishment of learning corners, organizing monthly awareness sessions at community level, exchange visits of students, teachers, parents, education officials and field staff. District Hyderabad and Matiari are geographically central districts of Sindh province. Most of the population of both the districts lives in rural areas and 75% of it is involved in farming. Lack of basic facilities, illiteracy, unemployment, poverty, water and sanitation, political instability and issues of health and education are not different than the rest of Sindh. Hans is working in this area for the last 10 years. During this period, Hans learned that there is a dire need to work on basic issues of daily life. Hans, besides health and poverty alleviation, started working on adult literacy and early childhood development to bring a positive change in the area. Presently, Hans is working in 50 government girls and boys primary schools with the collaboration of the Education Department, District Matiari and Hyderabad. After recruitment, staff was given an orientation on early childhood development, early childhood education and releasing confidence and creativity, the RCC project. RCC staff was trained in management information system, social mobilization and communication development by Hans senior management to implement the project smoothly. RCC project team conducted orientation meetings with district, taluka and union council nazims, EDO education and other government officials, parents and community to get their support in implementing the project. The team encouraged the local government representatives to visit the schools and contribute for the promotion of quality education and sustainability of the project. The community awareness was also enhanced through pamphlets, flyers and brochures. In the meetings, the team focused on enrollment of 3 to 5 years age group children in ECE classes, their regularity, health and personal hygiene. School analysis was done in 172 schools under criteria of minimum availability of 30 students of 3 to 5 year age group in the community, school infrastructure having at least one government teacher, availability of school management committee and middle class passed local females as community teachers for ECE classes. After screening and analysis, 50 schools, 25 in Phase 1 and 25 in Phase 2 were selected for establishing early child education classes. Hands conducted a household survey before the intervention. Community survey has been quite helpful for understanding the current practices of families regarding caring of their children. The family survey reflects the health and hygiene conditions prevailing in particular houses. This helps in surfacing the ground realities about understanding and practices of ECE concepts. 2,928 formats of child assessment were assessed in Phase 1 and 2. The survey focused on 5 different sources of potential influence on the development of the child. These include the child itself, the teacher and classroom, school, family and community. The data was collected from 172 villages of District Matiari and Hyderabad. For strengthening of school management committees, RCC team and community teachers conduct meetings with the SMC's members and motivate them to utilize the SMC funds rationally. SMCs are now utilizing the funds properly for schools' renovation and provision of basic facilities. SMC's members now conduct monitoring and supervisory visits of schools. HANS RCC team, with the support of school management committees, school head teacher and local representatives, conducted the interviews and selected 50 community teachers from local community for teaching in the ECE classes. 50 community teachers and 75 government teachers of the selected schools were trained to use the contents and guidelines of Pehla Talimi Basta package. During the community mobilization, awareness-raising sessions and home visits, parents are emphasized to enroll and send their children to school daily. A total of 2,344 children of 3 to 5 year age group were enrolled, 1,438 in Kachi class and 906 in class 1. The activity-based teaching has been an attractive aspect for the parents, community and school teachers. The feedback of children and their parents show that the interest in education has been developed within the communities. The material which is used in ECE classes for teaching and learning has reflected a great impact on teachers and children's competencies. To create motivational and attractive environment in the classes, teachers use charts, pictorial cards, puzzles, toys, colors, etc. Establishing corners such as language corner, maths corner, science corner, and of other subjects in ECE classrooms have reflected great impact on children's interest in various activities. Children learn more in corners than the guidelines or speech methods. In this method, a child selects the work and makes decision of the process to complete the work himself, raises questions, experiments, tries to understand the surrounding world, learns how to work together, gets command on skills, shares views and makes arguments. The Pehla Talimi Basta is designed after considerable research and usability testing. Pehla Talimi Basta enables the pre-primary teacher to use learning material and teaching aids including pictures, basic scientific equipment, beads and threading cards to create an active learning environment in the classroom. Dilchasp Nazmo Ki Dunya book outlines the role of music and movement play in children's emotional and cognitive development. RCC project Health Strategy focused on health and hygiene of community. Community teachers and project team conducted meetings with communities and paid home visits to educate them about health and hygiene issues. Large community meetings have reflected great change in the behavior of communities towards education and school ownership. In RCC schools, new ECE classrooms have been constructed with the contribution of the community. They contributed their services in kind, labor and cash. Monitoring and supervisory visits are paid by the team to run the project smoothly. 3 visits a month per school are scheduled. During these visits, the teams assess the ongoing activities and support the teachers and community teachers in project activities. Teams monitor the ECE classes through classroom observations, interviews with learners and interviews with teachers. The team also reviews the attendance records, visits by SMC and WLC members and by others. Routine meetings among project coordinator and project team members are held at the regional office to discuss the progress and issues and impact of the project. Project coordinator and project teams present project progress reports in monthly progress review meetings at the regional office. The meetings are conducted by the senior managers of HANS from the head office. Simultaneously, regional office manager presents project progress and financial reports in the regional office managers meeting every month before the senior management. A monthly project committee meeting is also held. This is headed by executive coordinator to discuss project's outputs and issues, follow-up of the past month's set targets and setting targets for the next month. For the smooth running of the project, supportive mechanism plays a vital role. Strong check and balance system is not only implemented at the regional level, but the senior managers of HANS also pay field visits and monitor different activities of the project. In the program review, all indicators of the project are assessed and verified by HANS monitoring and evaluation team at field level visits such as enrollment, dropout, attendance, course planning, teaching process, classroom management and teachers' record-keeping skills. Similarly, during management reviews, the indicators of administration and management are assessed to achieve the desirable goal of the project. The program approaches are encouraging community and parents' involvement in ECD, developing technical competencies for ECD in teachers, school officials and communities. RCC project proved successful in institutional and leadership development. The ownership of government in the program interventions is very much visible. HANS, with the support of its partners, is striving to bring about a meaningful change in the living conditions of the rural communities.